We're in lockdown. We're all gonna die.
We're gonna be put in isolation together. And all that time together.
So, Luna, is this a date now?
We're locked in this bedroom together. This medical bedroom.
As we head off into the unknown, never knowing where our journey goes. We struggled hard to get this far, and now's our time to reach the stars. The future may seem bleak and dark, but I know the light within our hearts will shine the way for us to start. The road to victory, together united we will succeed. This dream of ours will never die. No matter what, we'll be ready to fight. The path ahead is clear enough for me. As we head down the road to victory. Pokemon.
This video is brought to you by me! I'm launching a Kickstarter in September and I need your help. Please click the link in the description and click on the Notify Me on Launch button. I know it's annoying to ask, but the world is run on algorithms now, and if we hit 500 followers, I've been told that the Kickstarter algorithm will just give us free promotions. More info later in the video, but thank you in advance. Click on the Notify Me on Launch button. Do it now. They look around and the nurse goes, "Where did you find him?"
Found in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, just floating there.
Have you seen this man before? Like, what is this?
Haven't seen him.
I don't recognize him either. It's weird.
You ever recognized him?
You could do a knowledge check.
What? General education?
Yeah.
No, skeleton education.
Oh, well, I do not know this man.
Holy shit. I do.
Oh yeah, you recognize this guy. Through video footage only, Scarlet and Prism sent you up an interview with him. He was the one that told you guys that Manaphy kept him down in the palace below.
He was at the ball. He was in the dungeon. Yeah.
Oh, it was that guy! The guy that we thought Zygon sat on.
I mean, we never talked to him. Scarlet was with him, so.
Yeah.
Did we kill him by? Can we wrap him up?
I remember now, yeah, he had the virus.
Yeah, do we kill him now?
Pikachu.
Well, that could have gone better.
He is breathing heavily and gasping, but
Those
relatively unconscious. Yeah.
We gotta put him in one of those dome things or something. I don't know what they're called. I'm not a doctor. I'm a detective.
Like an isolation coffin.
Yeah,
thing.
put him in one of those.
Yeah, do that.
She says, "Nurse, go." Chansey. Oh, right, timid Nancy. Chansey.
I'll get it. Just don't shout at me, please.
Yeah, from what you remember.
I like Stuart, I'm sorry. Someone wrote, hard to recognize a skeleton.
I don't think much communication happened between you guys directly. He just said he was trapped in the basement, and Percy said that he did that for everybody's protection.
What do we do? What do we do with this? Can we?
I know if we're contaminated.
Yeah, right. We got a dead dude, and we're waiting on an isolation chamber.
All right. After a few minutes, the isolation chamber comes back, and Chansey has put it over top of him. He has moved into it. As you relay this information to Nurse Joy, she begins looking a little nervous, and she says, "There's a case of Pokerest going around that's infecting people, right?"
Yeah. I think this guy wasn't this guy like patient 0 for that or something, or?
And he was just brought into the hospital. Okay. Your job now, she points to you two, is to check him and make sure there weren't other holes in his suit as you guys brought him in.
Okay, we'll do that then. Perception.
Yeah, perception and perception would be good for both of you.
I'm rolling great.
You roll something, man. 20's alright.
Luna, you discovered around his feet and wrist and neck there were some open slices that you guys did not make, meaning his suit was compromised as you guys came into the hospital.
He was already contaminated.
at the moment, you guys are... Yeah, there is a patient 0 here who is irradiating deadly pokerus.
Oh dear.
Chansey has walked out of the room for a bit to get the isolation chamber as Nurse Joy begins to think, okay, so we need to either lock down the Pokemon Center or get the rest of the people out before something happens. But it seems that we might be in here for some time. She walks nervously out. You two stay in here, please. I will go make the announcement.
So clever. This happened while looking for a murder girl.
She walks up to the registry and she announces to the Pokemon Center, attention everyone, there has been a potential incident with the virus. For now, the Pokemon Center is under lockdown. Please no one leave, and at the moment we cannot accept new patients. Thank you. Thank you, Pirate. Pirate popped up and was like, you want to download more shit? And I'm like, no, I really don't.
No, because I never use you.
I never do use you.
Shifty eyes.
And she's basically announcing that, the Pokemon Center is under lockdown. This man comes conscious again, and he's looking at you two. He's like, why?
It's because you're dying.
Yeah, I mean, you were in the sea. Eventually someone was going to pick you up, if not us.
Abby's going to withdraw Lucario just to hopefully see if he's still got a chance of
What if my
not
friends
catching it.
were fishing out in the ocean and somehow saw you? You don't think they would have helped you? They would have just left you in the water? No, they would have helped you, and then you would have contaminated them.
He leans back and accepts and nods. Well, you're not right.
Oh.
Alright, I think that will be a good point to move on. Quick, get a bunch of Galarian wheezing. This sounds too familiar. Just letting you know, I did not do that on purpose. This just kind of accidentally lined up. The whole Pokerus plot was planned months in advance to coincidentally line up with really unfortunate events. The portal emerges as you guys walk out, and you are on a familiar mountaintop.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, hey, the map. You got it?
Yeah. This was made by our good buddy, Humi. This is a recreation of the Hoenn Mount Pyre mountaintop.
I like it. It's cute. Okay. Yep, so we're here.
I figured you wanted to go home for a while, and you said, I mean, Hoenn is pretty far away from Utopus. Plus, you've seen my place. I was curious to see yours.
Yeah, you're right. This is one of the most secluded places we can go to. Even in Hoenn. Not a lot of people come up here. It's nice. I promise.
Why don't you show me around?
Okay, so, obviously, this is a gravesite area. I think this is a private area that some family did, but I would walk... I handle, most of my work was for the security, so my parents would let me, for their gravesite, sidewire the cameras and everything, and sit around and talk to all the ghosts. And that was, basically my whole life. There is a hot spring, so we can, take a nice big break there if you want to sometime.
Sounds good.
They're really nice. But,
Are your folks home?
Huh?
Are your folks home?
We can go check. They don't usually venture out much. I was actually really surprised to see them out and about the one day. Awkward. But yeah, let's go check out, see if the house is still standing. It probably is.
Plus my mom was blind, so it's not like she's gonna know anyway.
Yeah,
Quiet.
yeah. He hasn't met my parents, has he?
He has not.
Okay, so
Well, actually, no.
warning.
I think you guys met for like a second.
All briefly meet them? Yeah.
Yeah, they briefly met. They were at the
very
Pokemon
briefly.
Center.
Wow, honey, you have alive friends. That's nice.
Yeah, that was that whole thing. But yeah, no, just fair warning. My dad's kind of losing it mentally, and my mom is totally blind. And my grandma is a dust warrior who helps her walk around.
So I was like, what the?
That's still not the strangest thing I've heard you say, but that is like a 4 on the Jade scale.
Yeah, so you'll meet my deceased grandmother and my mother and my dad. My dad will talk to you, and it will come out as complete nonsense.
All
He's
right,
been
all
that
right.
way since I was like 8.
We're in lockdown. We're all gonna die.
Gonna be put in isolation together. And all that time together.
So, Luna, is this a date now?
We're locked in this bedroom together. Medical bedroom.
Okay, so we're gonna do Jade and Plaid's thing, and then we will stop just before the kick down the door moment.
Okie dokie.
You and Plaid are walking down, you are explaining your history. Plaid says, this is like a 4 on the Jade scale. And, oh yeah, not to mention she killed all the Hoopa. That's brutal. I don't think I've ever swore before. That's weird too. Oh my god.
There's not too much else to say. I grew up in a very quiet, small area, and you know that's the thing with my parents. And other than that, they're about as I get their demeanor from them. I'll say that. I don't think you'll have a problem.
Well, that's fine. Well, where did you get Litwick here?
Oh yeah, actually, I was over. I think it was over here, actually, because I like sitting by the bigger gravestones. They always have more intricate designs and stuff on them. So I used to this is actually how I learned how to read, because Mom doesn't do much and Dad's mind went so early. My mom reads Braille. I always sit here, and there was a hunter that liked to hang around here a lot, and he would sit and talk forever. I mean, for like forever, like
Well,
ever.
He would talk.
Yeah, I understood him. I was really young at the time, so it's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to explain. But I understood what he said, and he would just sit there and jabber for hours. I mean, like hours.
Well, what'd you guys talk about?
Fishing, sunsets. He traveled the mountains. He liked to fish in mountains. So, he liked to look at the landscapes and stuff. So things like that. That's kind of where I figured I wanted to. It was actually the one that inspired me to want to go and see things and do things. Because experiences, are great. Hearing about it is one thing, but getting to do it yourself is like a whole different thing.
Before we continue, this video is brought to you by me and the Complete Waifu Handbook Kickstarter. This book has over 200 pages worth of content for 5e, Pathfinder 1st Edition, and 2nd Edition. So originally this book was actually meant to be for Valentine's Day as a sort of glorified shitpost. I created a class and subclasses for 5e, and mostly just to get some practice in. But then, all of a sudden, people asked me to add more. They asked if I add races, so I did. They then asked me for dateable NPCs, and I added them. But the last thing they asked me for is cooking, and y'all, this was the chapter that broke me. In Chapter 4 of the Complete Waifu Handbook, we created cooking mechanics for 5th Edition and Pathfinder 1st Edition. This book has over 30 different recipes. Most of them are very simple, that are designed from levels 1 to 20, that once you cook them grant you a 24-hour mechanical bonus. And we also included 6 additional legendary recipes that apply permanent buffs. These mechanics are designed to make cooking and camping fun. Also, because no one asked, we also included camping rules. Head on over to the Complete Waifu Handbook Kickstarter and click on Notify Me at Launch for more details. Keep an eye out on the Kickstarter coming out in September. We'll be sure to include a high dollar reward tier so that you can add your own recipe, and we can commission art for you that'll include a special effect that'll be all your own. But we can only make this happen if you click on that link in the description and click on the Notify Me at Launch option today. Thank you again, and on to the video.
Oh, hey there, it's Jade! I guess you're expecting me to promote the Loading Crew Patreon, huh? Well, I'm not gonna do that. There's no way you can make me say it's thanks to supporters on our Patreon that we can even continue this series. And there's definitely no way you can convince me to tell you about all of our cool rewards on Patreon. You think I want to tell you about our monthly lore packets? Or how our super patrons can name NPCs? Oh, I bet you want me to explain how capture specialist patrons can create wild Pokemon encounters for me to catch. Who do you take me for? Only people who want to see us continue our road to victory will support us on Patreon. That's going to be you, right? Did I do that right? Oh, shoot, wait, it's over. Ah! So I would, that's what I did as a kid. I just sit around and talk for hours. And Litwick, I think he was just attracted to all the ghost activity that goes on around here. So he just showed up one day, and I don't know. I got lost one night stumbling, and so I came to this spot because this is where I normally like to hide by the tree and stuff. And it got really dark, and I found that wick, and I was able to get home because of his little light. So we've been together ever since.
Well, that's a nice story, Jade. I like that story.
Yes, I'm glad you do, Hoopa.
Is that haunter still around?
He travels more around now that once he realized he didn't have to be stuck to the gravestone. But, he still comes back every once in a while. I think it's sentimental to him. But I haven't been here in long enough, so I couldn't tell you now. It's been a while since I've, just sat and talked. A lot of my last couple of years just staying at home was maintenance, setting up things, making sure the lights all worked and that kind of thing. I set up a lighting system and whatnot because Dad would keep getting lost. He kept forgetting he would go one direction, so I set up the light system so he could at least try to figure out. It's familiar enough land, he knows how to get home once he realizes where he is.
Well, that's nice. Are the lights still working, or did you guys hire someone new? Like, who's maintaining now that you're gone?
I should actually check the system while I'm here, probably. I don't know if Mom has the understanding that these things need maintenance, and I wouldn't leave anything in Dad's incapable hands.
Cool. Alright, you guys walk around to the nearest tombstone, where you know there are some lights set up at. Go ahead and give a tech roll.
Yay! I get to do things. Technology. Boop.
You look at it, it hasn't been maintained since you left, but you did such a good job on it last time. It's fine.
Okay, so I'll run a reboot program just to make sure nothing happens, but it doesn't really need a whole bunch.
You open up the little box, run diagnostics real quick. It's fine. It could probably last another year or two without needing properly maintained. From what you remember, you gave most of the ghosts a stern talking to before leaving. Most of them ignored you, but it seemed that word traveled.
Yeah, no, alright, so we're good. We'll be fine. Can I let Marshadow out? Maybe he would like to roam around a little bit.
You can, actually.
Yeah, I put Hoop away. He doesn't need it.
But wait, no, I'm important too.
Marshadow.
He comes out, and he starts looking around, and he starts walking towards that tree you mentioned earlier.
Oh. I didn't take you for being overly sentimental.
He shrugs, and then he looks at himself, lifts up his hands to actually look at hands, and he looks at you and just kind of plays his hands around a little bit, as if, kind of realizing he has hands.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm gonna just reach down and, put my hands around his and... See? They're fine. I can touch you now. We can hold hands. And I'll pick him up and hold him like a teddy bear. See? This is nice, right?
He smiles and gets warmer.
God, I love this little guy.
He does look at one of the tombstones he used to hang around, though, and he walks over to it, and he does kind of kneel down and look at some residual wax that you guys were there with.
Oh, yeah. So this is where you came from, huh?
He nods, and he stretches out a hand as it catches fire, and he tries to reshape the wax as he can. But all he does is manage to melt it a little bit more.
Well, nobody said an artist was made overnight.
Plaid comes over, and he reaches into his pouch, and he pulls out a birthday candle.
Oh,
and
here you go. Is that better?
He puts it on the little memorial stone Spirit hops onto and lights with a blue flame.
But thank you, Plaid. Thank you.
I mean... you're lucky I even had birthday candles in the first place, because who carries that?
Yeah, what are you doing with that?
Oh, well, actually, you don't know, but I was reminded a little while ago that we missed your birthday.
Oh, we did?
It's March.
I have mentioned that my family's memory is pretty genetically bad, right?
I mean, I don't think we weren't then, so I wasn't really keeping track. This is kind of new. I mean,
No, but it is nice. I do. It's a sweet gesture. It honestly is a sweet gesture. That's what I appreciate about you.
well, he reaches into the pack again. He pulls out a little box and then a second little box.
Okay.
He hands you the first box as you open it up, and it's just an happy 18th, little 18th birthday cake.
That's I don't even know what to say to that. That is adorable, and I am amazed you thought of that at all. I didn't remember my own birthday, but you did.
It's fine. It's fine. To be fair, it was actually Chibi Tina that sent me the text. I'm gonna be honest.
That doesn't surprise me.
After we went out, he said, by the way, her birthday was last month, and I was like, oh well, I gotta hurry up. It was really hard to find a proper gift for you though, because what do you get a person who died recently, came back? What do I get you? He thinks.
Yeah, I don't hold a lot of personal attachment to things, do I? I've never had anybody want to buy me gifts before, so I never really thought about it. The fact that you thought about it so much is actually, that means more to me than anything.
He says, well, we talked about it earlier too, and you mentioned you really wanted to take this really seriously, but I said, let's wait until after the Pokemon League, and I still mean that. I still mean I want to compete in the league. I want to win. That's the thing I always wanted to do.
I think that's completely fair. If that's what you need to experience and that's what you need to do for yourself, then that's what you need to do, right? I think you need to do what you need to do.
Yeah. But you were worried that you may not live much longer, and to be honest with your history, that's fair. So you wanted to...
I was just threatened this afternoon.
That did happen. So,
you can see my hesitation.
Yeah, I understand why you wanted to, get a family as quick as you can. So, as a promise to both you and our dreams, here, I got you this.
Are you doing what I think you're doing?
I'm not good at it, so I'm not going to do the fancy thing, but here.
Well, I mean, you think I'm going to be any better at it?
Hey, just open it, dummy.
Yeah, alright. I'll take the box, and it's a ring, isn't it?
Way to kill the suspense there.
Well, I wish you would actually say it's a ring, because you're being more forward than you've been before. So okay, promise ring. It's not hard to piece together, Plaid.
I thought I worked real hard on that, Ivan wrote notes, Amber gave me ideas. Although hers were way more aggressive. Dude, that girl misses her girlfriend.
You know you're the cutest thing I've ever known, right?
No.
Yes. No, she'll take it out and she'll put it on and she'll be like, I've never worn jewelry before. It looks different. I like it.
You wear a top hat.
Yeah, but that's special. This is a family heirloom. This is this is gravekeeper outfits. This is what we wear. It's classic. I don't put on lipstick or earrings or even a bracelet. The wrapping around my arm is to cover a small scar I have, and I just think it looks cool this way. I'm a dork.
He laughs and says, "So, yeah, we're doing this."
I would like to seal it with a kiss, if that's okay.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, she'll lean over and just kiss him.
All right, you guys got it.
Yay. Yep, they're engaged. Yay! Jade is not be one for slow romance anyway. She'd just be like, come over here and let's have a family.
Drop this plaid for now.
Sexy times at the hot spring.
Yeah, that's why there's a hot spring. Cue the careless whisper. There you go.
Cute.
So I figured after this they would just go relax in the hot spring, just like.
Yep, pretty much.
And I'm never gonna dance again, 'cause this guilty feet has got no rhythm.